There once was a girl who started off so strong. She had no anticipation of her future, of the things that would go wrong. She was clueless about the ups and downs she would experience throughout the days. She was clueless about rising up from the ground and finding different ways. She didn't know how to love herself until after years of hard work. After all, it took her quite a while to get out of the murk. Days had passed and she blossomed tall. She began to grow up and break through the wall. Excited for another chapter of her never-ending book, it all came crumbling down as soon as she got a look of the people around her standing so tall, blazing bright. They withheld a power and an endless might, one she can never compare to. It was an inevitable battle that she was forced to fight. She tried and tried and tried once more. It all seemed hopeless. The beauty she withheld, broken on the floor. Her self-confidence stranded ashore. She was innocent and unnoticed. Everywhere she went, she could come and go without sight or scent. Time went by and her dull colors were fading away. Everyone else shined through while she remained there, small and gray. Looking in the mirror, she saw disappointment and rage, and she began to wonder if she would ever be let out of her cage. Blinded by her tears, she sat alone in the room, overwhelmed by the fact that her flowers would never bloom. Surrounded by the darkness, she sat down in the corner, going from a blissful state to a mere mourner. Surrounded by her friends and family, all of who she loved. But she was so alone, the dark clouds forming up above. Her mouth was zipped shut and she couldn't say. And everything that made her special went away on that day. Why wasn't she good enough? Why was she always down low? How could she make things better? She cried, desperate to know. How could a moment last forever? How could she make it all stop? How could she tell her loved ones that she was beginning to drop? Moments turned to days and months. She started to recluse away, backing down from the front. She stayed at the back of the line where she couldn't be seen, because that was better, after all, to cover herself with a dark screen. One day, the door opened wide with a gentle squeak, and she found something that she had always been trying to seek. Mascara running down her face, she jumped up and embraced them all. She found someone who thought she couldn't be replaced. She no longer felt so small. They told her and told her and told her once more that she was perfect how she was, that she was perfect, they swore. Her faults and cracks and imperfections too made her who she was, the beautiful girl she grew into. The warmth shone on her, and this time she wasn't afraid of the light. This time she embraced her beautiful self. This time she embraced her might. She found the woman who loved her as she could never do. She found the light inside of her, which finally shined through. Her flowers bloomed and her colors beamed, radiating energy that no one had ever seen. The little girl no longer felt alone. As she started to support herself, she began to glow brightly on her own throne.